Hello. I decided to make this video because I found this website made by Globies about flat earthers. The whole video won't be about this, don't worry. I am also going to explain my platform's positions and give some info on what I will be doing. First off, they made a page about me, someone who has barely done anything in this realm, and I get a page here, but not the man who made a 1,000-page encyclopedia about this topic. This is how I know the people who made this site are Dunning-Kruger douchebags, since they don't want to deal with the rigorous academic work in this field. The person I am speaking of is Drake Alden Shelton. I will be leaving a Wayback Machine link in the description for anyone who would like to read the encyclopedia. He also has debates with Reds, Craig, and others you can watch. Alright, here's the information that these people want to know. My real name is Arthur Pendragon, not Nate John. My quote Papa Flurf would be Shelton, as if I am arguing with a Glober, I will be using his research. Yes, I am a religious Flurf. I am an Eastern Orthodox Christian, but I am not a catechumen. What they would consider a Flurfsy, I would be classified as one. I do believe the races are separate and have varying abilities and skills on different levels. I am not a 1488er. I don't believe all non-whites are non-human or inferior in nature. But as St. Augustine says, although we are bound by faith in Christ, we must still recognize our differences on account of our fallen reality. And as Isaiah says, and as St. John Chrysostom commentates on, we must put our people first. Not because we hate others, but because how can we love and help others when we can't even love and help those that are connected to us by kindred ties. And no, I don't drink urine, I drink raw milk. Now that I've given them all the ammo they could have, let me go over my positions that I hold and may be making videos on, if I am asked to, or if I feel like it's important edifying material that I need to let people know. 1. I hold to Eastern Orthodox Christianity. So that would be all of their Christology. I don't believe in sola fide, I don't believe in Miaphysitism, I don't believe in the Filioque. I'm Eastern Orthodox. I believe in the flat earth, the biblical flat earth cosmology as the ancient Hebrews and Babylonians believed in. I believe in continuum mechanics in the flat earth. I am not an ether theorist. I believe in racial realism, as I have gone over. I am a monarchist with National Socialist economics. I share sympathies towards the Confederacy, North Korea, and Russia. A documentary on North Korea will be in the description. I am an anti-industrialist. While I don't believe in making everything agrarian, I do generally side with Ted Kaczynski and his manifesto and what he says. I'm a terrain theorist. I do not believe in the germ theory. I believe the KJV is the superior English translation over almost every English translation. I'm a young earth creationist. I believe in monogenism, that all the races came through Adam, who was originally a white man, and through epigenetics after the Tower of Babel, all the races turned into what they are now through environmental change and through physiognomical changes in disposition and habits. For alternative history, I hold most of the standard, quote, conspiracy theorist positions. I believe false flags are real, as evidenced by Operation Northwood. I do believe chemtrails are real and geoengineering is real. I do not believe nukes exist. I believe our modern world power structure is comprised of Anglo-Americans, Jews, and Jesuits who follow occultic practices. Works you can read on this are Eric John Phelps's Vatican Assassins and Carol Quigley's Tragedy and Hope in the Anglo-American Establishment. I believe white people are scattered across everywhere in the ancient world, and I've written a work on this called Ancient Aryan Statues and Stories, which you can read on archive.org. I believe as a historical matter that the 10 tribes of Israel, which are considered to be lost, migrated into Europe, as St. Jerome talks about, and I would recommend the work Missing Links found in Assyrian tablets by the biblical archaeologist E. Raymond Kept. I believe in cryptozoology, that dragons and unicorns are real creatures that still exist today, and I believe that mythical lands were real, as in Hyperborea and Atlantis. Going back to physiognomy, I do believe that your inner disposition changes your physical appearance, as stated in the Bible. And finally, something that is very minor, I do believe that Sir Francis Bacon is the one who authored the Shakespeare works. I'm not going over the evidence for all of these positions here, but if anyone would like me to make videos on the evidence for these, then you can just ask. Thank you and goodbye.